Hello, Eagles. I'm Andrew Harker.
And I'm Tucker Latinen.
And welcome back to episode 6 of the Avion. Tucker, can you believe that next week is already spring break? What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be going home and sleeping 24/7.
That honestly sounds super nice, especially with your busy semester already.
What are you going to be doing?
See, I'll actually be here working on the elections issue, which I definitely can't wait to get out the door for the rest of the student body. But anyways, last week we heard from Abby on the balloons over the U.S. But this week we're taking it back to Salim on our College of Engineering reporter with an interview about Makerspace. Salim.
Hey there, my name's Salim Roy and welcome to the Engineering Corner. I'm here in the Makerspace with Nate Mertz and Jacob Browning. Boys, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Nate Mertz. I am the lead of research and also future management.
My name is Jacob Browning, and I am the 3D printing department head.
So with that in mind, let's talk Makerspace. So, Jacob, we sure have a lot of interesting things here in the Makerspace. Why don't you walk us through some of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do a lot of both cosmetic and technical models here in the Makerspace. Right here we have a flexible NASA chainmail, just to show off what's possible with 3D printing. This piece was printed in one go, all these parts interlocked. And because of its unique geometry, it allows it to flow over curved surfaces. In your hands, you're playing with a jet engine model. So this is another technical piece to show off what can be done with 3D printing. This will be assembled with motors and then will be set up as a display piece for education purposes.
I see. So were all these objects made by students?
Yes, so everyone in the lab is a student. We're a student-run organization that caters to students and faculty.
All right. Sure is a lot of interesting things here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some more cool stuff here to take a look at. You can see this wire mesh of a head.
So what exactly was this used for?
This is just a cosmetic piece, just to show off, but these kind of things can be used to replace mannequin heads or to maybe design around. I see a lot of people, especially in like biomed, developing things for human applications, so you can develop models to actually implement your designs on. Beyond that, we also have some more informational prints. This shows off what some of our printers can do tolerance-wise. Our most recent printers can get down to 0.10 millimeter gaps between surfaces.
Yep.
Plus, it's a fidget spinner, so can't go wrong there.
As I know is that depending on the number, they'll decide like how loose or how tight it is.
That is exactly right. So the bigger the number, the more space between these rolling pieces.
So we looked at a bunch of toys out front. Now, Jacob, what'd this do?
So, just like we looked at 3D printing already, one of the ways you can get your objects into a digital form is through 3D scanning. So the Makerspace provides services that allow you to take any objects you have prefabricated, translate them to a digital format, iterate on them, edit them to whatever ways you'd like, and then that gives us an object that we can re-3D print or duplicate later on.
Yeah, you can see here we have the little Mandalorian like spinning back and forth.
Yeah, so this is a model we got online and printed out. So now if we wanted to make a duplicate or say actually physically change the model, say with clay, we could then scan it and have a fully digital piece to use later on.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Jacob sure showed us a bunch of cool things. Now, Nate, why don't you tell us a bit about the CAD services?
Yeah, so our CAD services, we can do all types of CAD software, Fusion, CATIA, SolidWorks, and we're able to help you if you have types of projects you need help with, classes, and all these other types of research on campus. We're able to help look at your CAD and design it in the way that you need it for a project. We're also, when it comes to the manufacturing aspect, it's important to think about CAD. CAD is the pre-manufacturing step, so you want to make sure everything can be assembled correctly, tolerances correctly, so everything can fit together, and other types of aspects such as engineering specific materials and etc. that we will be able to assist you regarding those issues so you can get a part that you need and will be excellent for your conditions of your project.
Sure sound like Makerspace has a lot of things available, don't they?
Yeah. And there's going to be more coming. In the future, we are right now developing recycling. So if you have a personal printer or your research laboratory has a printer, when you produce a lot of PLA waste or other types of waste, we'll be able to accept that material and reuse it for new filament. What you can get back and return for your projects. We're also going to be looking into resins. Resin has a special ability of being very smooth and flexible with its geometry when manufacturing it. We're also doing material research. So there are special materials such as infused carbon fiber and etc., what people are able to use in their engineering for specific scenarios.
All right. Are there any future events that students should be made aware of?
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at a roundtable with companies coming in which students are able to engage into real engineering perspectives and get to understand what they need to become a good engineer in the future.
So you heard it here, folks. When it comes to anything CAD related or just 3D printing in general, make sure to stop by the Makerspace.
Thank you, Salim. I actually had my EGR 101 class in there.
Oh, so cool. What class was that about?
Well, it's about understanding what engineers really do with the professional development and hands-on work. I built a robot for a drag race competition. It's a lot like Vex.
That's so cool. But how do you build a robot? And how hard was it?
It was a lot of long nights. It was super rewarding though. It was some good fun, but you know, I should build a robot like Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. That would really throw the meteorologists off.
Anyways, back to the real weather. Jacob, can you tell us what's going on with the weather this week?
Thank you, Tucker and Drew, and happy Monday, Eagles. After a warm and windy weekend, things are looking much more temperate and calm as we move into our Monday. Currently 78 degrees out on the flight line with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Winds are out of the east at 10 miles per hour. We're seeing a little bit of a sea breeze, and that's going to keep our temperatures much more temperate as we move through the day today on Monday. 78 is still above average. Our normal high for this time of the year is 74, and our normal low is 53. However, unlike last week when we broke multiple records, we are not going to be anywhere near those upper 80s, low 90s as we were last week. Something else that I want you to pay attention to, the sunrise and sunset time are going to be changing. At the beginning of spring break on Sunday the 12th, daylight saving starts, which means we're going to head forward into time, and you're going to have to put those clocks an hour forward. So just something to keep in mind as we move into your first weekend of spring break. But over the next couple of days here around the state of Florida, 69 degrees on Wednesday afternoon and the low to mid 70s in the interior parts of the state. As we move into the night on Wednesday, Thursday morning, 66 is where we're going to be bottoming out here in Daytona Beach, 62 in DeLand, and the mid to upper 60s in the interior sections of the state. Moving then into Friday, temperatures are going to increase just a little bit. 73 in Daytona Beach and the low to mid 80s in Orlando. As we look forward to spring break starts this weekend. I want you to notice this frontal system that's going to increase our chance for precipitation across the region, specifically across the central parts of the state of Florida. Not only is that going to increase our chance for precipitation, but on our 7-day forecast, you'll notice 70 degrees on Saturday and 67 on Sunday with a low of 46 on Friday and a low of 46 on Saturday. That frontal system that is moving through is really going to decrease our temperatures as we move into the weekend. But until then, we're going to be seeing temperatures temperate in the low 80s. Back to you, Tucker and Drew.
Thank you, Jacob. Unfortunately, it's not raining food, but I suppose that will do.
Tucker, it's never going to rain food. You have to get past that.
A dream is gonna dream.
Speaking of a dream, one is coming true here at Riddle. Eaglepalooza is coming back.
Oh, yeah. So Touch and Go is going to be hosting an Eaglepalooza on March 26th. It's going to be a selection of different artists and different genres. It's going to be over by the gym where Fits and the Tantrums were.
Oh, that's so cool. I was so mad I missed that concert, but definitely want to check out the Instagram to see who's going to be playing. But honestly, speaking of Touch and Go, why don't we go transition over to Aki to hear more about them?
While election season for the SJA branches is just around the corner, you may be interested in getting involved with a division as a way to dip your toes into the world of the SJA. With 4 incredible divisions to choose from, it's important to know which one may suit your taste. If you're interested in technical production, such as light and sound technology, working with well-known artists and musicians, then Touch and Go Productions may be the perfect home for you. You may know them best for their bi-weekly movie nights or the elaborate concerts they throw during Homecoming and Blue and Gold Week. And like all 4 divisions, they are always looking for new and passionate people to join their team. If you're interested, their weekly member meetings are Thursdays from 7 to 7:45 p.m. in the Chamber, located on the 2nd floor of the Student Union.
Thanks, Saki. I definitely hope I can make it to some of those meetings. Over the past few weeks, we have heard from some of the SGA divisions who are here for you. However, there's a team that you might not know about who help make sure the SLS runs smoothly. Today, we're joined by one of the team leads to hear more about the student assistants and what they all do. Dylan,
Thank you for having me.
thanks for coming on. So tell me a little bit more about who the student assistants are and what do they do?
So we were responsible for the upkeep of the student leadership suite, as you said, the free space in the back, as well as the free coffee and candy that we provide. We also help support the student engagement staff and the Student Government Association branches and divisions.
That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about the services that the student leadership suite provides or that you guys provide.
So we provide printing and laminating for a small fee, a faxing service, free coffee and candy, as I said. We also do scheduler training for our RSOs and any other support that the student engagement staff provide for our student body.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell me a little bit more. I know you mentioned free coffee and candy, but where are you guys located?
We're located up in the Student Union second floor in SU 225.
That's awesome. So now you know the Starbucks line is getting a bit long. Swing by the SLS, grab a cup of coffee, definitely take a seat to study, and thank you so much for joining us, Dylan.
Thank you for having me.
Did you know that Embry-Riddle's football team is undefeated? Yeah, you can hear from our chief sports broadcaster, Kyle, on how that's possible.
Thanks, Tucker. That's right. It's really hard to not go undefeated, especially when you don't have a football team. We do have intramural football, though, so make sure you check that out. But we're not here for that. We're here for our local sports in and around the area. My name is Kyle Navarro. Last week you heard from my colleague Owen, who actually just finished up his studio internship. So if you see him around campus, congratulate him and welcome to the team. First thing we got going on this week is women's lacrosse is playing the University of Mount Olive at 2 p.m. here at home. If you're around, go check them out and check out the game. Should be a good one. As the outdoor track season is getting into full swing, the indoor track season is actually finishing up this weekend. Going on March 10th and 11th, the track team is competing at the Indoor Track Nationals in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Stay tuned, see the results, and see how our athletes compare against the best of the rest. This week is Bike Week, fans. Check out all the activities happening around the area. There's going to be demonstrations, races happening all throughout the week. This upcoming weekend, though, is the Daytona 200. If you're around, I highly suggest you check it out for some unique racing happening on our track that is a little different from the normal we normally see. If you're around, it'll be a great time. Sports fans, this is all I got for you this week. And Tucker, I hope you find a better team to support. Back to you.
Yes, Kyle, that was a loaded question, but funny.
No, but we do have a lot of other sports that you definitely should support.
Yes, you should. I actually went to a baseball game. It was so much fun. I brought a friend and had to teach him how the sport works. It was well worth the trip.
Anyways, though, my name is Andrew Harker.
And my name is Tucker Lettinen.
And thank you for joining us.